Good evening. Thank you. It's not. This is not bad, but I do feel as though the guys in Iwakura station, they give me a bit more. Mm. I think I really should start saving money or on buying food, like off-price bentos, off-price steaks. Maybe this is the last of the. But what I think I'm going to do is either tomorrow or the day after, I am going to have chips, egg, sausage, and beans. Take out chips from here probably, or from Gusto. And I've got like 12 meaty sausages in the fridge. I've got loads of baked beans, and I've got a dozen eggs, or maybe 10 eggs, the Japanese dozen. So I went on TikTok, where they might have fucking loads of them. And I went on TikTok and they said my TikTok was 92% more successful than the average TikTok live. There was like 3 people that spoke. I think they need to tweak the algorithm on that. What is a good fucking TikTok? But it was only my second one. My first TikTok, no one spoke to me. Right, I have got the power back on at the warehouse, and I can start cutting up some wheels tomorrow. Well, the tyres on the wheels. And I've got some big wheels, so that should be good. Yeah. Ed, I've got a question for you, because you're an experienced Japanese Japan file. So when I first came here, in Tokyo, and I had this guy, it could have been Tokyo, could have been Nagoya, I don't know, I lie a lot. And so I had this guy saying, alright. We were like coming in with, someone was backing someone into a garage or something like that. And I'm thinking, that sounds like he's saying right, or alright. And it turned out to be that the guy was actually saying right. Not correctly, but the Japanese version. And so Ed, if this is right. So when the Brazilians, they go ole, is that left? Must be. Been working on that joke for my stand-up act. Geek was on earlier. He's been absent without live stream. AWOLs. I don't know if you've seen, Ed, I'm not calling them hoes or prostitutes or slags or sluts. They seem to be ladies. But both of them were saying that they had booked flights to Japan for like less than $300. Oh no, in fact one of them said she'd actually booked the flight for $90. and and I like to a way of looking at it. If it's a trick or a con or not right, she can afford to lose $90. But on the other hand, she can get a fucking flight to Japan for $90, which is you can't even get to fucking Tokyo on $90. So it's quite interesting, and I think maybe I just need to get another 100,000 in money. Then maybe I might take a holiday in June or July. Go to Okinawa. Ed, have you been to Okinawa? I just really want to go to Okinawa and go in some. I hope the American style bars, cafes with the fucking Tex-Mex and things like that, and get some fucking really nice food, a big plate of fucking food. That'd be nice. I'd like that. I'm not asking for a heart attack burger. Just some nice fucking burrito or some nice fucking chapatis. Chapati, what are you talking about? That's Indian. No, so that'd be great. Well, so you're going now? Fucking hell, Ed. You're in and you're out. You're like an in and out burger. Oh, it's 2 a.m. What time is it here? 6. It's come to 6 p.m. All right, pal. Thanks for saying hello. Ed, there are rats under your bed. When you go to sleep, they're going to eat you. Have a nice sleep. Take a piece of meat with you. Let's have a look. Should I treat myself to a big steak? Fucking, that's only 50 yen off that. There's not even a 100 yen off stuff. I heard that beep. Who was making that beep? That looks like no one else is visiting. Speak now or forever hold your penis. Geek, you're back. Ed's just gone back to bed. Unless he's in bed with his laptop. He might make a reappearance. So, geek, I fucking got the electricity back on, hopefully. Then the woman was asking me fucking hundreds of fucking questions. And I says, look, I've fucking had enough of this. I'll fucking shut up. I want to fucking... She goes, no, you've got to do it. She's saying, go to this fucking website. So I went to the website on the other phone. And that was it. She just says, look at it. I don't know, something about Keiyaku and it's fucking... If I was starting a fire or something like that, I can't remember. But there's nothing plugged in at the warehouse. I only use one fucking socket. But I've got like about fucking 10 or 12 large wheels. And so I want to fucking... So that should be like 6,000 yens worth of steel. Then start cutting up all the other shit. There, take me grinder. I've got some grinding wheels. Take me grinder down, saw, drill, and then just see if I can get like a few hundred kilograms of steel. No, it didn't. No, I think it did. When I went to the site and said, "Yeah, I can see that," and then she was just saying, "Well, look at it." Fuck off, woman. So I was in the restaurant, I'm going, shut up, woman. You know what, I think, like, this is Friday night now, and there's very few people in. Geek, what's your BMA should be about 30, yeah? BMI. My BMI is about just over 35. I think the exercise is doing exercise. Yeah, Geek, have a look on the... Well, I thought yours would be a little less, actually, because you're taller than me and you weigh less than me. My alcoholic mate, he has just got down to, he's 6 foot, and he got down to 85 kilos. And he was said on his Facebook that people were laughing at him for eating carrots and cucumbers. And he's got quite a physical job. He's a builder, and so he's got. But I think he used to drink 10 Chuhais a day. The most Chuhais I ever had was like 4. I couldn't imagine drinking more than 4. There's something inherently evil about Chuhais. Because it's liquid, it's liqueur. Yeah, what I did, I bought some miso in a box, and it wasn't as good as in the fucking restaurants. It was, and I bought cucumbers, but I was expecting it to be as good as the restaurants, but it wasn't. So maybe for cucumbers, you need to buy like a particular kind of miso, maybe with nuts in it. Yeah, you like this, Geek. And it was about a New Zealand All Blacks rugby player. And he said maybe the toughest man ever. And so he was playing a rugby game, and some cunt kicks him in the face. He lost 3 teeth. Then in the same game, someone, he named the player, kicked him right in the fucking balls. When they got into the locker room after the game, one of his fucking testicles was hanging out. and he carried on playing. What is it? Adrenaline. Can you imagine the fucking adrenaline that you've got if you can fucking play on with a fucking testicle hanging? Well, they got jock straps, so that jock strap would have kept it in place. But it's the same, it's the same in war, and when people are shot and they still manage to keep on going, so. But when it's in a game of rugby, he should have gone round to that guy's house who fucking treated him like that. That's going beyond fucking sports, isn't it? When you kick some cunt right in the fucking balls, that's. Yeah, I've managed to keep out the snacking. It's the drinking that it's the drinking that's seems to be the problem. I think what I should do, I've got to fucking ban myself from these places, because when there's only one thing worse than fucking alcohol dependency, and that's fucking alcohol dependence. Maybe I'll have time for another beer, I think. There's a drink here called lemon sour. I'm still not fucking sure what's in it. But if it's, I went to that shop in the station and it's like 500 yen for 1 hour. And but I just get too fucking drunk. And then I start getting fucking leery. So. So the last time that I actually put electricity on at the warehouse, they didn't want to fucking me to put it on. They were talking about contracts and all this kind of fucking shit. But I managed to get them to do it. I need the power on for the grinder. I have actually got a fucking a generator, which I bought about fucking 12 years ago. I used it once. About fucking over $500 it was. So my idea was to drive around, find abandoned cars and machinery, and fucking cut them up. Which reminds me, I know there's near one of the scrap yards I used to take scrap to, there was this fucking pile of fucking steel. And so I thought I'd steal it. And then 1 week later, someone put a sign up saying, "Stop stealing my steel." But the thing was, the owner was supposed to be in Osaka. I don't know, this young girl here, I've known her quite a while. She seems to be rushing about, but there's like fucking 4 people in the restaurant. Take your time, girl. Yeah, well, it is, but you just gotta. I've been caught a couple of times, and I thought it was crap. Yeah, that would have been one of the greatest. They stole a bridge in South America. What did we say it was? How much money was it? was like 300 grand or something. If you'd have fucking done that, man, you'd have gone down in history without a doubt. Without a fucking doubt. You've got to find out the man who's responsible and then start shagging his daughter. Yeah, that's what I figured it out to be. Well, you wouldn't need a big truck. You'd also need something to put it on. What's it? Because what are those? What are those lengths? Are they 6 meters, 8 meters? When I worked down the coal mines, we used to move these long girders. The girders used to support the roofs in the mines, and we had to so when they came down in the in the lift, they had to bring them down sticking out. Then we would take them off the lift, and you had to lift them to your, so you'd be bent over, and then you have to lift them up to your tummy, and then put it on like this fucking transport machine. Basically, it was fucking a piece of iron with wheels. So we would put them on the wheels on the pit head, and then we would like deliver them to the fucking coal face. But I liked that job; it was good. Now where it went wrong, I've just fucking ordered it. It hasn't come yet. One-chan. So then what they did, see, I was on that I was a trainee coal miner, and I was on that for about 3 months, and then they said, "What are you doing still on here?" Because I like it. And then you go into the switches, and the switches are the halfway points between the conveyor belts. The conveyor belt in front of you stops. See, the problem is if they don't stop, the coal falls off, builds up, and can cause a fire. And that's why we're called button men. But just very, very fucking boring. Arigato. Well, I remember going on the coal. Fucking, I don't know if I didn't have any goggles off. Maybe that was a problem. But the coal, when it's cut, all the fucking air is full with these minute particles of fucking coal, and it just gets in your fucking eyes. I didn't have goggles. It was the only time I was on the coal face. Like, you had this fucking massive machine that just rips along the fucking coal. But with coal face, you have to do coal face training. And now there's no coal for it. There's no coal for it. Because of these cunts. These cunts are going to, all these woke cunts, they're going to ruin the world, or they're going to try to ruin the fucking world. There are a lot more fucking bigger problems than Weinstein with his funny shaped cock. If Weinstein was going to make Jennifer Lawrence, he made her a multi-millionaire, he fucking shagged her. I'm sure there are a lot of girls that would shag an ugly old man if he was going to make them a multi-millionaire. You've got the part. I don't think Jennifer Lawrence is a bit fucking shy, put it that way. And if she's gonna, like I say, she's a fucking multi-millionaire. Yes. For fucking what, 10 minutes? I must admit, I don't know. I don't know if someone said I want to shag you up the arse for £1,000,000. I really don't know if. I don't know. I like her. I like Jenna. I love her. I think she's fantastic. I'll tell you what I saw, and I can't find it on the fucking internet now. There was a clip when she was doing an interview with a co-star in Passengers, and she just kissed him, and that just fucking the way she kissed him. I'm getting excited now in my undercarriage. She just kissed him, and you can't find it. But she's married this year. She got married, I think, and had a kid. She's not. She's what's known in trade as a good fucking laugh. I tell you, this is the first time I've told anyone this. And you know Moe, when I first met Moe, she was a school kid. Well, she's like 18 or something like that, and she could have been 16. Oh, 10. Oh, she can't have been. She must have been 16, 17. And she was going out with this fucking Indian guy, this car dealer, and but she wanted to stay with me because he wanted to go to the smoking place, and he says no, stay here. And I think but like I said, she was a kid, she was too young. But I wanted to. I'm glad that she stayed with me, and maybe like that. This is why maybe she saw me again, and maybe I messed up there. So because it's that same old thing, you don't believe this girl could be liking you, in that kind of way. So, but you never know. But she will not return. No, don't. Yeah, I don't. I've sent her several messages, but she hasn't replied. So, but she's ever. Like sometimes you look at she's got a great figure, and she's attractive. She's got a great figure, and she's fucking funny. She's really funny, and she's nice. She's kind-hearted. No, I think I met with enough time. But like I say, good points shone through without a doubt. Getting tired now, geek. I don't. Well, I asked her if I'd upset her in some way, but she said no, no way. So, but like I said, at that time, like I got, well, even now, so I really haven't got anything to offer her, you know, because the house, if I lived in a nice place, definitely got something to offer, but even my daughter wanted to live with me, and it was just too much. Oh no, really regret that. My daughter wanted to live with me so she could improve her English, and it was just such a fucking mess. What I should have done is either skip, get everything fucking cleared out, but There's something fucking wrong with me. Just going for a piss, geek. Well, do you want to come with me? Okay. You know, maybe had something for me because she was always. Her mum and dad were always telling her when they'd seen me, so she must have been going out on about me when she was home. So it'd take weeks to clear a room. And the problem is because I always think I built space to put crap. So even now, when I cleared the house out, I have got fucking 3 more rooms of crap, increased crap. Well, I did think about that because I've actually got a warehouse. I don't want to be cruel, but I'm hoping the landlord's like passed away and the sons have just like put it down to like Shogunai. But I've been there the last few weeks and I've been like gradually clearing it. So, and like I say, I've got the power on tomorrow, so hopefully I can clear some more stuff tomorrow. There's an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. You know what I think they should do? You know, all these fucking, well, usually the white, but all these people in America, in Europe and America, that got rich off fucking, not just black slaves, but also white slaves, that they should take all the property off them. And not necessarily like give it to black people, but to do infrastructure. Well, I doubt it because it's probably, I don't know, it might be like 20 million yen, might be 30 million yen that he paid for the land. I think he was related to the original owner. And he was telling me, so he's a fucking landlord, and he was saying this was his. I paid too much for it in anyway. I've given him like fucking at least 7 million yen, $70,000 over the years. Yeah, mine neither, man. No, I'm talking about the industrialists, the people that became lords and ladies, and all related to the East India Company. And, all of Europe had these same stories. Because all this thing is coming out now on TikTok and Facebook, how they decided to split up Africa. I was watching something today on Somalia, that Somalia, they had their own fucking, they had their own gods, their own stories, they had no religion, and where it wasn't fucking Christianity, it was fucking Islam. But the West, they had the machines. They had the machines and they had the killing machines. So. There's a great television series in by the BBC, Where Do I Come From? And they get famous people, today's famous people, and then they go through their history. And in seven, like in 200, 300 years, the ups and downs, all the families, their ancestors die, and it's all of these families, had their fucking horrible, horrible times. That I'd love to do my research. I tried it. I had my granddad's. My granddad was a steel erector. And my dad was a pathetic piece of fucking shit because he was scared of heights, so he didn't follow my granddad into. My granddad was a big man. He was well known in the area, I believe. Like I say, they were ashamed of my dad and one of his brothers. They were fucking bad eggs. And that's where I went wrong. I was talking to my other granddad. He was put into a special school at 6 years old for pinching a wallet or pinching a purse. And then he became a good guy. So after that. But I think maybe my other Grandad Firth, he had more interesting stories. But I never talked. Well, he was a bit grumpy, but I never really talked to him. Not even sure he could fucking talk because he didn't say much. Mate, that's what you should do now, Dan, is just talk to your granddad and just ask him some interesting, some stories about his youth, how he met your grandma, things like that. Is that the other granddad or the same granddad that was a pilot? Yeah, well, this is what my granddad used to say. He used to say he was a tailor and a labourer most of his life who married like a rich slag. Yeah, exactly. And it's also like a tribute to your granddad, Like I could write a book, but it'd be about my cunt brothers. Yeah, that's it. That's the old, that's the old classic thing, innit? Because if your relative's a pilot in the war, in a war, and not, you can't really. There are no fucking heroes in the Gulf War or anything like that. There are no heroes in the 1960s. The fucking spy planes. But in the First World War and the Second World War, that was fucking. There's no getting better than that, is there? When these from all sides, when these guys were flying these machines in the fucking air, and they were fucking shooting each other down. You've got the best story in the fucking pub, without a doubt. There was a Japanese pilot, and he was shot I think it was going to Hawaii or the Pacific or something like that, and he was shot. He was shot at, and it's what they had in those days. I don't know if you know, when the tanks were shot, they had something in the petrol that would seal the holes, so they wouldn't lose the petrol, the gasoline, the fucking fuel. They wouldn't lose it. And this pilot was also shot, and he still managed to fly. He was severely wounded. I don't know if that's the same guy. Oh, you've read the story, yeah? Oh, okay. So you know about this guy. Well, now I live in a house with two indoor toilets that I don't use. I'm a trendsetter. I'm woke. Well, I don't know if you know. I don't. You said the Japanese planes did not have self-sealing tanks. I don't. You said the Japanese planes did not have self-sealing tanks, but you're just contradicting the story there, geek. You mean they did have? So even though there's only like a few customers, she's rushing about this girl. But my friend's daughter, she's off. She's fluent in English and Japanese, and she was working in Osaka, and until recently she was getting the tips off the American tourists. Good luck to her, because she could explain clearly about the restaurant and the food and everything. We were pulling a truck back onto the fucking run, back onto the railway, and all these fucking logs just crushed my fingers. That was a week off work. I don't know. Did I talk about the American hero Desmond Desmond Dogs or something like that? Desmond Dukes. I can't remember. But he was a conscientious objector that insisted on serving the America in America because he didn't want to be left behind. He felt guilty, so he went to Desmond Doss. That's it, yeah. And whenever, because I was watching this film and I'm thinking, how many fucking people did he bring down that cliff? But when you think he must have been as strong as a fucking ox to lower all those people down the fucking cliff face. They said 400 meters. That's fucking amazing. Uh, yeah, that was it. Yeah, 75 it was. Yeah, yeah. And that's what I read. But it was and he looked strong. He did look fucking strong. I'll have to watch the film again because maybe he didn't trust himself because he had problems with his brother and his dad, I think, and he didn't trust himself with a gun. That could have been part of it. And but to do that, the amount of comrades that he saved or helped was fucking literally amazing. And then that was a Congressional Medal of Honor, I think, and Donald Trump awarded the same medal to that gobshite fucking radio personality. What's his name? They awarded the same medal to this piece of conservative right-wing shit. That's him, Rush Limbaugh. It should be Rush Limbaugh. Surely someone must have made that joke. Yeah, that is very true, and we don't have to listen to fucking. This is my greatest relief. We don't have to listen to fucking Giuliani or fucking Trump anymore. So that is fucking great. But for that person to award the same honor to Rush Limbaugh as this American fucking hero. He's awarding him the same honor, and I'm sure that the majority of the other winners of this medal deserved it. Rush Limbaugh certainly did not deserve it. He was a nasty piece of fucking shit. No, not you, pal. Yeah, did you know Robert Downey Jr.? And I thought there was a television host by the name of Robert Downey Jr. And he was similar to Rush Limbaugh, and he died. I always assumed that Robert Downey Jr. was his son, but it wasn't. So how fucking common is the name Robert Downey in America? Yeah, it's like the Victoria Cross. It's like the Victoria Cross. There are not many survivors who get the Victoria Cross. Yeah, there was an in the Falklands. There was an English captain of the Paras, and but he was just fucking mental. He got the Victoria Cross, but he was just shot. He was attacking fucking machine posts, but he was just fucking mental. He wasn't like a hero. He was just fucking doodle alley. And I think maybe one guy that went in to save him or something got awarded as well. But I think his name was Robert something. No, but the thing is, Geek, when you look at these right-wing people, very few right-wing people in America compared to America, in England compared to America, but They did this before. They just fed the lines. That's him. Yes, I don't know if it was Harry Jones or Robert Jones. I thought it was the captain actually. H. Jones, was it H. Jones? But but the right wing press in America is just fucking gung ho. Yeah, that would be it, like H. Jones, yeah. But he was fucking, he was fucking crazy. I'm sure he died his perfect death. Dying a war hero. My motto is, it's better coming back. Oh, you might be right, Colonel H. Jones. You could be right, Colonel, yeah. It just needs to be made middle of the road, doesn't it? No, but this. Yeah, well, this is the exact thought that I had because there was a video of a very tall Australian guy that charged 3 machine gun posts. But like if they're manned by inexperienced fucking teenagers, like in Afghanistan this was, if they're manned by fucking, farmers or young kids just wanting to protect their fucking land. Because I know if I'm in a machine gun post and some cunt starts fucking running towards me, he's gonna get fucking shot. You just gotta put your fucking gun. If you just fucking if you put your barrel over the top of the fucking machine gun post, you don't need to see what's fucking coming. You don't need to look at the guy. You just fucking move your barrel from fucking side to side. You're gonna catch him. You've got like 60 degrees angle going from side to side, just firing the fucking weapon. You're gonna catch him. But like you said, if they're fucking inexperienced. When the British generals decided that if they just shoved all the troops forward, the German gunners would just capitulate. The German gunners weren't Argentine fucking teenagers. They were shooting so many people. They actually figured out a way to shoot more people using less bullets. And so what they did, they set up the guns in so they're not shooting. So they're not shooting straight ahead. They found that if they shot diagonally, they would kill more people with less fucking bullets. But apparently the Germans weren't scared. The British soldiers were scared because they were inexperienced. They were just fucking put in a uniform and just. Honestly, when you got that way of thinking, they've got to give up because we just keep coming forward. Yeah, I think I told you before, Geek, when I was just in the Royal Marine Reserve 6 weeks when that broke out, and like I say, I woke up one night in a cold sweat. But it's like any fight, you're scared before it starts. Yeah, I think that should be the biggest thing. No more war. No, what I think we talked about this before. What would happen was I would like fill once you got your green beret, then you would fill posts. Yeah, more experienced soldiers as would go to the front. Terry. He actually told the fucking government that this was happening 6 months before what they were getting up to, and the and Margaret Thatcher said we put together a defence fucking flotilla over the weekend. Yeah, I'll tell you this joke. Yeah, I'll tell you this joke. This was a Marine joke. It could have been a para joke as well. But so so in the so there's like there was the Marines that were being like fucking held down by these fucking planes and everything. And so there was this old Marine, and he says, I'll get this. And so this old Marine, he fucking goes into his fucking old hole. He pulls out a pair of fucking false teeth, and he fucking throws them. He throws them at the fucking Argentinian plane, and the teeth break through the window, and they fucking bite the neck of the fucking Argentinian pilot. And so all the fucking young Marines, they're very impressed. They go, fucking hell, what was that? And the old Marine just says, oh, that was my extra set. Um, so I am very glad. I'm very glad that you mentioned Exocet before. So when that is told in the Marine mess, it gets a big round of applause, of course. All right, Geek, what's up? Oh, well, switch it round. Thank you. Well, there's 4 people left. Anyone want to say anything, or I'm going to close it down? People that are watching. I wonder who's there. Robin, are you there? Robin, Thomas, Walter, Mew Mew. Then there were 3. Bye bye. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4.